the news with Catherine Cracknell, which is just around the proverbial corner. We will do a 3 o'clock rock, and I give you the OJ Borge no money back guarantee. They're all nice songs, are all pretty good, and it's all on the way 3 o'clock rock. First, though, let's get the latest news. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Catherine Cracknell. The United Nations has launched an emergency appeal for Pakistan to help it cope with the devastating recent floods, which have killed more than 1,000 people. The UN Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres, said the country was awash with suffering and that officials hope the appeal would raise nearly £140 million. Our correspondent Pumza Filani is in Pakistan.
Pakistan's government, they've supported this appeal for them to launch a broader initiative that will try to bring in money as quickly as possible. There also is a huge need for medical care. Local doctors have told us that a number of people are presenting with waterborne diseases and they simply don't have enough medication to attend to them.
Pub and brewing companies are calling for the government to take urgent action to ease the impact of the cost of living crisis in the sector. Firms are warning there'll be mass closures in the coming months if help with energy bills isn't forthcoming. Some landlords say their bills have increased by 300%. The government's promised to continue supporting the hospitality sector, and as he started his last week as Prime Minister, Boris Johnson insisted generally that more help was coming.
What the government is also going to do is provide a further package of support for helping people with the cost of energy. What we've got to do is get through the tough months ahead. I'm not going to, shrink from this. It is going to be tough in the months to come. It's going to be tough through to next year.
Iraqi Shia cleric Muqtada al-Sadr has urged his supporters to end their protests in central Baghdad. At least 20 people have been killed in the last 24 hours in violent clashes between security forces, rival Shia factions and those who back the cleric. 2 16-year-old boys have died after getting into difficulty while swimming in a loch near Londonderry yesterday. It's believed one of the boys may have been trying to rescue the other. The boys are thought to be of the local Kerala community. The Catholic Bishop of Derry is Donal McKeon.
They're absolutely devastated because what do you say? You let them cry. You listen to what they have to say. You don't comment. You don't try to interject things. And I suppose there are rituals that we have, certainly in the church context. And all of those have their own power to enable people to process that awful loss. It never goes away.
Police have named a man who was fatally stabbed yesterday during the Notting Hill Carnival in West London. Takayo Nembard, who was 21 and from Bristol, died in hospital. Mr Nembard was a rapper performing under the name TK or Stretch. His managers paid tribute to him, saying he had endless talent and had been close to greatness. The Environment Agency has said the whole of the southwest of England is now in drought. It says heavy rains in recent weeks haven't been enough to fill rivers and aquifers. The public's been advised to use water wisely. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 3.
OJ Borge. BBC Radio 2.
Will you look at the time?
1, 2, 3 o'clock.
3!
3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Indeed, it is time for the 3 o'clock rock. 3 callers with 3 songs that rock their world, making 9 songs in total. Maths. And we start with Claire, who I know is in Oxfordshire, but Claire, whereabouts in Oxfordshire?
We're from Longhanborough.
Ooh, and are you in Longhanborough right now?
We are, yeah, we are indeed.
OK, so if I was going to take a day out to Longhanborough, what would be the first thing I would do? What sights would I see?
We have an amazing woods called Pinsley Woods, and we've got an awesome play area for the children, and a really nice cafe and an amazing fish and chip shop.
Claire, I'm on board with it. What's your chips order? I'm getting them in.
Oh, just standard fish and chip times 4, I think, for us.
Yeah? Curry or peas?
Oh, curry.
Yeah, every time, Claire. So let's talk about your music taste, because obviously we've asked you to choose just 3 songs. What is your music taste? How would you describe it?
It's quite a varied taste, I'd say. I love a bit of Disney, old school 90s, and my husband loves rock, so he's kind of introduced that to me as well.
Have you chosen any of his songs in these 3?
One of them is his favourite.
All right. Is it the first song?
No, not yet.
Right.